Cinema Classics is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. For their details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.org.
The award-winning Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org. I'm Johnny DiLoretto.
I'm John DeSando.
This is Cinema Classics.
Yeah, boy.
Still delightfully analog in so many ways.
Yes, a definite throwback. Makes me feel good.
I like it. It's a mix. You know, we do stuff. You put stuff on YouTube and put stuff online.
Yeah.
You know, but we still have a couple of feet rooted firmly.
Well, I'll tell you
in the analog.
something that has been analog and hand drawn and so on are animations. And these days, man, I'm telling you, Finding Dory and the Secret Life of Pets, I'm really impressed
People
with this.
still love their animated, cutesy, little furry beasts.
I mean, those are great. Dory is the...
Both of them tremendously overrated, by the way. Both of these films.
No, Dory and both of them are great, and they are... Dory has gained the most money in all of animation history.
Is that right?
$500 million already, and going up.
Losing it.
Well, all right.
Audiences are losing it. I don't know what's happening. I can't explain
I
it.
think they're...
It lacks a lot of the charm of the original movie. I know so many people have said it's just as good, or some people have even said it's better. It is not. It's not.
No, it is. This stuff, I think, is...
And The Secret Life of Pets is amusing at best. It's a cute distraction. Here's what gets... First of all, did you notice the similarities between the endings of both films? Both films feature the denouement, if you will, features animals commandeering big vehicles, causing a lot of chaos on the highway system, and then plunging off of a bridge into the water. Both films.
Oh, that's good. I was thinking they both go home. They're always going home.
Mm-hmm.
And in The Life of Pets, of course, they're going back to their human owners. And Dory, the fish, the cute little Dory finds the parents again. All right, okay. So, your favorite animal animation of all time is?
Oh, I mean, does Bugs Bunny count?
Okay, you bet. I mean
that is the apotheosis of animated anthropomorphic greatness.
All right. Well, I might go for
What about you?
Well, my favorite of all time is Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Of all time?
Of all time,
Okay.
right. Why? Because he's witty, he's wily, he's also a family guy, and he's pulling tricks to get ahead, and George Clooney's voice is absolutely perfect.
Sounds an awful lot like you're describing Bugs Bunny.
I'm sure that he is. Not Dumbo, though.
No, not Dumbo.
Not Dumbo. There's another one. My second favorite.
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
Okay, wow. What a accurately French pronunciation. Ratatouille.
This is
Also
largely
overrated.
Right, but of course I love it because it bastes, lampoons, cooks, and fries critics.
Right. That's interesting. Bastes, cooks, and fries critics. Yeah, what else you got there?
Well,
you know what? Okay.
All right, and
The Little Mermaid you have there.
Yeah. And I say that because not necessarily my favorite, but because I think that has it really affected young women in so many ways. And I think that's what these do in a lot of cases.
Well, she's not an animal.
Well,
is she?
She's a mermaid. Well, that's a good.
Now we're treading
good question.
into.
Yeah. All right.
Now we're in murky waters.
See, yeah.
Now we're in murky waters.
I'm crossing that off.
Yeah,
because I think you're right.
Yeah, she's mostly human. It's basically the story is whether or not she will, live on land or live in the water.
Okay.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's a good choice.
That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah. And I have to put Rio in there too because I think that's another. I always love those with an edge.
Do you?
Yeah, and
Boy, I barely remember Rio.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're south of the border. They're pulling off something, and it's.
Well, let's come on. Let's give the classics their due. The Warner Brothers classics. I mean, look at that stable. We got Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Sylvester the Cat,
Yeah.
Speedy Gonzales, the Roadrunner. You can go on and on with these guys.
Yeah.
And they're so endlessly inventive. When you watch those short, they were animated shorts. They would appear before your feature film. They're about 7 to 8 minutes long. They're just such a wealth of sophisticated comedy, screwball comedy. I still, it's interesting when I watch these new animated films, the digital animated, the computer animated films, there are certain textures that they get just right. And yet, those older hand-drawn Warner Brothers, MGM cartoons, Tom and Jerry, there's something that's really tactile about them in a way that these new films just aren't. There's some of the broad humor, the slapstick humor that happens. If you, I'm thinking specifically of the scene in Secret Life of Pets where the dog is being chased by the cats. There's that army of cats kind of just torturing him in the alley. And it's so over the top and so crazy. It's just like a regular action scene where you're losing what's happening there. It's so broad as to not be funny anymore.
Well,
and that's something those classic movies got right. They're over the top. They're ridiculous. Anvils falling on people. People.
Well, you're talking Roadrunner stuff too. Here.
Yeah, I'm talking all of it.
Yeah.
But there's something the way it was animated that grounds it and makes it funny.
I think there's a sharpness, a clarity, and a real art to the form as it was. Now, today, if you take Dory, I don't think you can get a more blazing blue than you do, and then I think their colors are saturated beyond belief. I think they're beautiful.
Right.
But what you're talking about strikes me is probably something to do with the character in which the artists invested in the very design of it.
Yeah.
In the very art of it. Where now we have so much that's glamorous, glorious, but yet may lack the individuality. You go way back.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Sure.
Huh? Started with Mickey Mouse.
All right.
Now there's character.
I guess.
Bad drawing, but not.
I don't know. I think he was beautifully drawn. I mean, listen, that was hard. That was hard. And I mean, look, I'm not a big Mickey Mouse fan, but what a brilliant design, and of the perfect crossroads between design and personality. You don't see that all the time. It's rare.
Now there are those like in 2006 Happy Feet. I like because I had originally seen some penguins up close.
Yeah.
And I thought that they did a terrific job there, and investing some reality in that. This is what they do. This is how they congregate. This is how they enjoy themselves. This is how they protect themselves from the weather. I thought there was a lot that was instructive about the animal itself. Plus, having some really, that one maybe less of the violence than you were talking about. I mean, a lot of the slapstick you're talking about is pretty violent, just ratcheted up in contemporary time. Here we go.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
That's it. I think we've exhausted this topic.
We have. I wish they would just scale it back a little more. Get back to the simplicity of Jerry holding a knitting needle behind an unwitting Tom and pulling it back ever so gently, creating this great tension in the audience, right? And then there's this quick thrust, cut to Tom's face, and you feel the needle actually entering your own derriere.
They ought to do an animation on you. How does anybody remember that kind of detail?
Come on. What do you mean?
Well, it's cinema classics. That's why you're here.